What's up, everybody? This is Chris and Brandon, and these are the reasons why we love Batman v Superman.
What we want to do is we want to talk about why we love this movie. First off, Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Batfleck.
Batfleck. Yep. No, seriously, awesome.
Yeah.
I was super surprised. I'm glad I was wrong because I panned him from the beginning, just like everybody else did, and the guy killed it.
Yeah.
I mean, just
I knew he
awesome.
would. I knew he would.
Well, I didn't.
I told everybody. Nobody believed me. I told everybody, okay? He was getting so much crap. Everybody was saying, "Oh, he can't do it. He can't do it. He can't pull it off." That right there drives actors to do a better job.
I know it did him. He put a lot in it. You could tell by watching the movie that he put a lot into this.
Yes.
And Henry Cavill put a lot into it.
Yeah.
He actually reads the comics.
The emotion in his face was just a fucking amazing.
Oh, especially when he had no choice but to fight him. Like basically he was almost made
sick to his stomach.
Just sick to his stomach. The fact that he had to maybe kill somebody else that he didn't want to kill to save his mom.
Yeah.
And that just showed you. I mean, it just. One, that's a very different Superman than we had from Man of Steel. It felt like.
Well, he is a different man than the Superman in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people had complaints about Man of Steel, and they said, "Oh, well, he wasn't a real Superman, or he wasn't acting like a real Superman."
And I was one of those. I didn't like Man of Steel at all.
But
still don't.
He was Superman for literally less than a fucking day.
You
know what I mean? Like, he had these powers, but he wasn't actually Superman. He didn't put on the suit. He did a few good deeds, but he never did anything great with it. He never was going around saving people with it. So this was when he had to fight General Zod, he had been Superman for less than a day. I wouldn't have fucking reacted that way. I would have killed the motherfucker the first chance I got.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he didn't really even want to kill him. He just had to.
Yeah, he had to.
But yeah, I hate that they put that situation in the movie for that to happen. But it is what it is, and I could tell that they're trying to move away from that, and he did a much better job this time around.
Well, you're absolutely right that it was a different Superman.
It felt very different. You could tell he struggled with the acceptance and where his place was. But no, by and large, Ben Affleck absolutely killed it. He was the best thing to me about the movie. Biased because I'm a Batman fan. But the casting in general was so well done. I know Gal Gadot was everybody was a little bit worried about her. I was too, but she killed it.
See, she was another one that I wasn't worried about.
Well, once you have to, a lot of times you have to see to believe this stuff. Yep. So she killed it. Jesse Eisenberg too. And to this day, I still do not like Jesse Eisenberg, but for some reason, I dug the Lex Luthor.
Yeah, I did too.
He was such a weird version of Lex, but I didn't mind it. As far as action scenes go, it wasn't a lot at the beginning.
No.
The Batman scenes towards the kind of the beginning, middle were awesome.
Yeah. Every scene where Batman fights was amazing.
Everything with Bruce or Batman in it was very good.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. But they got the action down. They got the fighting down. The Batman vs Superman fight was great, while short, very awesome.
Oh yeah.
Even the Doomsday thing, which I understand there were some complaints about Doomsday, but I mean, they still got him mostly right. You can't kill him. I
liked it.
They couldn't kill him. Every time they'd hurt him, he'd grow the horns and evolve. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like it was supposed to be.
Yep. Other than the way he was made.
Was other than that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, there's always those little things in these movies that aren't perfect, and minorly annoying.
Yeah,
it was still acceptable.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Well, they want to take inspiration from the comics, but at the same time, they always want to put their little spin on it.
Yeah,
and
sometimes that drives me absolutely nuts.
Yeah, but it
is what it is.
I fully understand why they want to.
I do too. I'm more accepting now.
The thing is I realized a long time ago that I was either gonna bitch that they were changing the original material, or I was gonna bitch when they just copied the original material. So either way, I was gonna bitch about it because that's what we do.
Oh yeah. Oh, and you know what? The year's not over with.
No.
X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah, it's gonna. I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna go into it and I'm gonna love it, especially since Olivia Munn's in it.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna buy it. You know.
Oh yeah, I want to see it, but I mean, just look at Apocalypse.
But it's gonna be a steaming pile of shit.
It is.
It really
because even though Days of Future Past was decent, Bryan Singer just should not be involved anymore.
No.
But we're getting off track. Either way, it just shouldn't be involved. But one thing we also loved about it was the fact that they almost kind of merged Death of Superman and the Dark Knight Returns comics.
Yes. Two of my favorites.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody's favorites.
Absolutely, two of the biggest. A lot of great scenes from that they pulled from those comics. You know, the pacing was talked about a lot. It was kind of all over the place, convoluted at first. But you know what? It felt so much like a comic book come to life in a movie. It was not your typical movie formula, and that's another thing that I actually grew to love really quick.
Yeah,
I was okay with the weird pacing because it didn't matter. It was still a great comic book movie.
Yeah, the comic book pacing kind of that you're talking about is most people don't see it that way, but I seen it and you seen it, and like you were the first to say it to me, but I knew exactly what you were talking about before you even finished your sentence because I realized it too. So we can't be the only two.
No, we can't. I know there's other people out there that had issues with the pacing, but I also know that there's got to be other people out there that realize that it wasn't so bad. Like, if you look at it, they're just trying. I think they might just be trying to do something different than what they have done with any other superhero movie. And if that's okay, if they want to pull from a comic book and they want to do that in a style, that's something that I think people want, if they understand, can still get behind.
Yeah.
And that's something that excites me more.
Oh yeah.
I want this to be different than Marvel. I don't want this to necessarily be the all fun, lighthearted, funny movie.
I definitely don't.
I mean, when you get some of the Justice League in there, you know, there's some banter with Barry Allen and even Green Lantern, even Hal Jordan or whoever the Green Lantern's going to be. You know, sometimes they're pretty funny and witty, and they usually bicker back and forth.
Yeah.
They do the same thing to Batman, and they give him shit. It's funny. And if they do that, and that's the one thing that I love about the animated movies that they're doing right now. They're dark, but they also have those moments. If they can do both, that's fine. But I don't need that. And one thing that you actually said when we walked out of the movie that night that resonated with me, and it's true. You know, you said it perfectly. Marvel,
as I always do.
Yeah, Mr. Perfect over here. Marvel, though, is making comic book movies for the moviegoer, whereas this movie here was a comic book movie for a comic book fan.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people didn't like it.
I think so, and I cannot say it any better than that. I don't know how else to say it.
Most people in comments that I read, it seems like they went to the movies expecting to see Iron Man just in a Batman suit. And that's not what you can expect. It's
not from DC, and I don't want it. I don't want it like Marvel. I want it DC. I want its own way.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, tell us what you think. Did you like the movie? Were you with us, or were you one of the ones that didn't like the pacing or how they made the movie? Were you hoping for something more? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.